If your pivot table shows the same name twice, you're not imagining things. It usually means Excel thinks those entries are different, even though they look identical. And that can wreck totals, rankings, and any report you're trying to trust. In this video, you'll learn a clean, repeatable way to find the real cause, fix the source data, and stop the duplicates from coming back. We'll cover the most common culprits: extra spaces, hidden characters, inconsistent casing, and mixed data types. We'll also talk about pivot table settings that can make the problem look worse, like old cached items that keep reappearing. The goal is simple: one person, one item, one line in the pivot table. By the end, you'll have a quick checklist you can run through anytime you see same name twice. And you'll know which fixes are safe and which ones can quietly change your data in ways you didn't intend. Next step. First, let's separate two situations that look identical. Situation 1 is true duplicates in the source data, meaning the same person appears in multiple rows, which might be valid. Situation 2 is false duplicates, where two labels look the same to you, but Excel stores them differently. Pivot tables group by the exact underlying value, not what you meant. So if Acme has a trailing space in one row, that becomes a different item. If one entry uses a non-breaking space, it also becomes different. Even worse, if one is text and one is a number formatted like text, they can split. Your first job is to confirm which situation you're in. If the source legitimately has multiple rows per name, that's fine. Pivot tables are designed for that. What's not fine is when the row labels split into two nearly identical items. That's the signal to clean and standardize the field you're using as a label. Next step. Now let's diagnose the problem quickly without guessing. Pick one of the duplicated items and check its underlying text length. A fast way is to create a helper column next to your source data and use len on the name field. If two identical names have different lengths, you've found a hidden character or extra space. Next, compare them directly with an equals check. If A2 equals A3 returns false, they're not the same value. You can also use code on a single character or compare clean and trim results to see if they converge. The point is to prove what's different before you change anything. That protects you from fixing the wrong thing, like merging two truly different customers. Once you know whether it's trailing spaces, non-printing characters, or something else, the fix becomes straightforward. Diagnosis first, cleanup second, pivot refresh last. Next step. The number one cause is simple: leading or trailing spaces. Trim is the classic fix, because it removes extra spaces at the start and end, and collapses repeated spaces inside text. Create a new clean name column and use trim on the original name. Then copy and paste values back over the original, or better, keep the clean column as the field your pivot table uses. One caution: trim doesn't remove every kind of space. Regular spaces get handled, but non-breaking spaces often survive. Still, trim solves a huge percentage of cases. After you standardize the names, refresh the pivot table. If the duplicates disappear, you're done. If they don't keep hammering trim harder. Move on to hidden characters and special spaces. The key is to apply one fix at a time so you know what actually solved it. Next step. If trim didn't solve it, the next suspect is non-printing characters. These often come from copied data, exports, or systems that embed line breaks and control codes. Clean removes many non-printable characters, so a common pattern is clean trim text. Build that in a helper column and compare results. If the duplicates collapse into one, you've found the issue. Now about non-breaking spaces. They look like normal spaces, but trim may not remove them. A practical approach is to replace them first, then trim. You can use substitute to swap the non-breaking space character for a regular space, then run trim. This is one of those fixes that feels magical, because the text looks unchanged, but the pivot table suddenly groups correctly. After cleaning, make sure you convert formulas to values if the dataset will be shared or imported elsewhere. Next step. Another common cause is inconsistent casing or inconsistent spelling. Pivot tables treat Acme and Acme as different items. The fix is standardization. Decide on a rule, then apply it consistently. For casing, you can use upper, lower, or proper in a clean column. For spelling variations, you need a mapping table, basically a small two-column list that says bad version and standard version. Then use a lookup to return the standard label. This is safer than manual find and replace because it's transparent and repeatable. It also scales when new data arrives. If your organization has official customer names, use those as the standard list. Once you pivot on the standardized label, duplicates caused by case and spelling disappear, and you'll also get cleaner charts, cleaner slicers, and fewer confusing filters. Next step. Sometimes the same name twice problem is really a data type problem. Pivot tables can split items when one entry is text and another is a number, or when dates are mixed between true dates and text that looks like dates. For names, this shows up with IDs, codes, or values that were imported inconsistently. Your fix is to force a consistent type in the source. For numbers stored as text, you can convert them using value, or by multiplying by 1 in a helper column, then pasting values. For text that must stay text, force it with text, or by prefixing with an apostrophe consistently, though helper columns are usually cleaner. The important part is that the pivot table field should contain one consistent type. Once you standardize types, refresh the pivot table and check if the duplicates merge. If they do, you've eliminated a subtle but common cause. Next step. Now let's talk about a pivot table specific trap, the pivot cache. Even after you clean the source, old items can still appear, especially in filters or slicers. That's because pivot tables can retain items that no longer exist in the data. The fix is to change the setting that controls retained items. Set it so the pivot table does not keep deleted items, then refresh. This won't merge two current values that are still different, but it will remove ghost duplicates that linger from older versions of the dataset. It's also a good habit when you're building reports that update regularly. One caution. If you intentionally want to keep historical items visible, removing retained items may hide them. For most reporting, though, you want the pivot to reflect the current data reality. Clean data first, then clear the leftovers in the cache. Next step, let's lock in a best practice workflow so this doesn't keep happening. Step 1. Convert your source range into an Excel table. Tables expand automatically and keep formulas consistent, which is perfect for clean columns like clean name. Step 2. Add a dedicated standardization layer, 1 or 2 helper columns that produce the exact label you want to pivot on. Step 3. Build the pivot table from the table and use the clean field, not the raw field. Step 4. When new data arrives, you paste it into the table, refresh the pivot, and you're done. No emergency fixes. No manual edits inside the pivot table, which don't scale and can break. This approach is also easier to audit. If someone asks why 2 names were merged, you can point to the cleaning rule or mapping table. That's what makes your report trustworthy over time. Next step. Before we wrap up, here's a quick troubleshooting checklist you can run in under 2 minutes. First, test the 2 labels with an equals check to confirm they're truly different. Second, compare len to spot trailing spaces or hidden characters. Third, apply trim, then clean, and if needed, replace non-breaking spaces before trimming. Fourth, check casing and spelling, and use a mapping table if the business uses multiple name variants. Fifth, confirm the field's data type is consistent across all rows. And finally, if the data is clean but old items still appear, clear retained items in the pivot table settings and refresh. This sequence is fast because it goes from most common to most sneaky, and it avoids random trial and error. If you follow this order, you'll fix the vast majority of same name twice pivot table problems without breaking anything else in your workbook. Next step. To finish, remember the core idea. Pivot tables don't understand your labels. They just match exact underlying values. So the fix is almost never inside the pivot table itself. It's in standardizing the source field you're using as a row label. If you build a clean column and pivot on that, you get consistent grouping, stable slicers, and totals you can trust. Now I'm curious which issue you hit most often. In the comments, tell me your experience. Is your duplicate problem usually caused by spaces or by spelling variations, A or B? And if you want more Excel walkthroughs like this, subscribe for future videos on cleaning data and building reliable reports. Subscribe to keep optimizing your workflow and get back more of your time.